My brand new dropshipping store just pulled in over $100,000 in 30 days from just one product. And before you say you got lucky, let me stop you right there. Because this didn't come from luck. It came from doing the exact opposite of what most beginners, probably you, are out here doing while trying to find their next product to sell. The truth is, if you're struggling to find winning products, it's not because they don't exist. It's because you're skipping over the 3 things that actually make a product scale: trends, research, and traffic. I like to call it the TRT method, and I've seen it take complete beginners from 0 to 6 figures fast. So let's break down exactly what's holding you back and how to flip it so you can find your next winner. And it all starts with Google Trends. All right, so once you got it pulled up, head over here to the Explore bar. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're looking at the last 5 years. This is important because it gives us a bigger picture on how the trends perform year after year and not just some random spike. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm already seeing some Halloween stuff popping up in some stores, and it's only August. So I'm just going to go ahead and run with that and then see what the trend's looking like for Halloween, because people are definitely starting to prep. All right, so let's go ahead and type in Halloween in the search bar. Now I'm going to click search. All right, cool. So right here, if we take a look at this graph, we can clearly see the pattern. Once that line stops flatlining and it starts ticking up like this, that's your cue to enter in the market. And that's what I call the money curve, because that's when people are starting to search, shop, and spend a lot towards that trend or season that is currently active. And listen, if you can catch it right when it's about to start building, that's your sweet spot.
This year I invested in pumpkins. They've been going up the whole month of October.
That's when you want to start launching your product, testing ads, and building momentum before the peak hits. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that it starts climbing in late July, early August. But I want you to recognize this pattern right here. What is happening after October 31st? It completely dies off. And when you see data like this, it needs to be able to tell you a type of message. And the message that it's trying to tell us is, hey man, this is a seasonal product. So don't stick around too long, or it's definitely gonna hurt your pockets. So you basically just get in, get your money, and then get out. So I probably stopped pushing this product right around the last week leading up to Halloween. And this is why Google Trends is so powerful, because it's not just guessing and chasing what's hot. It's about timing your move so you're ahead of the rush, not buried under it. Now, I know that this one is more of a seasonal trend play, but here's the thing with seasonal products. They just don't build stability. You're always hunting for the next trend, restarting every few months, and that kills your ability to grow long term. There's no compound growth, no real brand, just quick cash, and then right back to square one. That's why once you get a couple seasons under your belt, I always recommend shifting towards evergreen, solution-based products. Products that let you scale consistently without having to start over every single quarter. This is the new age of dropshipping that no one is talking about. And listen, don't worry, we are gonna dive into what an actual solution-based product looks like now, how to find them, and I'm even gonna give you 10 winning products that you can scale right now in a little bit. So make sure you stick with me throughout the entire video. Because once you understand how to find those solution-based products, that's the key to helping you sell long-term and generate massive amounts of revenue. This is why I always tell my students to use AutoDS. It's the fastest way to find products that make you money while you sleep, and honestly, where I find all my seasonal and evergreen products. Inside of their software, you got product research, real-time data, supplier insights, and so much more, which means that you're not just basing a product that you're gonna sell on opinion, but basing it off of real data. I mean, it has everything that you need to find winning products in 2025, all under one roof. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'll show you how to find those 5, 6, and even 7-figure winning products on this platform. All right, so once you get in AutoDS, this should be the dashboard that you're seeing. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna go ahead and click on a random product here. Let's go ahead and do this magnetic paper towel holder. All right, so right away on the first page, you can see that it's already showing me the potential profit, how much it's selling for, and the engagement and saturation score. This gives us an idea of how crowded this product really is across the market and how well people are reacting to it. All right, now down here, you can see that it breaks down the target audience. It shows us the gender and different interest groups or niches that this product is typically found in. We also got the age range and even marital status. Listen, the target audience, this plays a huge role in whether a product is gonna work or not. Because imagine trying to sell a beauty brush to men. It's gonna be a tough pitch. But imagine marketing that same brush as the perfect Mother's Day gift for their mom or wife. Now you've turned a hard sell into a no-brainer. Getting success with dropshipping, it really all comes down to research and testing. And listen, we're gonna dive deeper into that later, so just keep that in mind as we go. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at one of my favorite features from AutoDS. Now on this left-hand side, you can see the marketplace, handpicked product section, AdSpy, and trending products. And I'm going to click the handpicked product tab, as these are the top recommended products on the market right now. Not last week, not last year, it's all being updated every single day with relevant products. That's why it's my favorite. because it allows me to understand what's working in the market in real time. All right, I feel like I've seen a viral ad on this one before, so I'm gonna go ahead and select this digital timer. And once the screen loads up, again, you're able to see what I was just mentioning, which is the target audience, potential profit, and the engagement and saturation scores to the specific product. But let's take a look down here. I'm gonna go ahead and click see original ad. And what this is allowing me to do is it's pulling up the original ad directly through the AutoDS site. And I love this feature because it lets me take a look at what people are commenting and what the engagement is looking like for this product. But if I want to take it even a step further, I have the option to go directly to their Facebook page, click on their website, and take a look at their direct selling price. This all plays a crucial role in product research because you're not just browsing, you're analyzing what's actually selling, how it's being positioned, and whether people are engaging in a way that signals real buying intent. Now, the same thing applies with the Ads by tab. Now, this one's dope because it shows you likes, comments, and shares right up front. So if you're the type that likes to scout fast and trust your instincts, this is going to be perfect for you. And look, you can get as picky as you want. Whether it's filtering through Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram ads, you get what the engagement is looking like immediately. Plus, when you click shop now, you can even track how engagements change over the last 7 days, getting a real feel for how people are reacting to the ad. You see, AutoDS really brings everything full circle. And look, normally you get 14 days of full access for $1, but by using the link right below this video, they'll bump that 14 days up to 30 days, just so you can take advantage of that now. Because this right here is a limited deal on something that's not just a tool, but an entire toolkit, where you're getting product insights, ad breakdowns, direct links, real-time data, everything that you need to make smart decisions, all in one place. So once you know how to use it, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're going to be dangerous. Now you know what it looks like to find a product that's trending and validated. But what does that look like in practice? And let's take that digital timer and let's put it back in Google Trends just like we validated the last product. So now at this point, you know what it looks like to find a product that's trending and validated. But what does that look like in practice? Here's the thing, even with all that data back behind you, if your product doesn't solve a real problem, you're still going to struggle. Because people, they don't just buy products, they buy solutions. And if your product doesn't immediately make someone say, I need that, then it's not the right one. But enough of the talk about it, let's go ahead and actually dive into what a solution-based product store looks like. Right here, we got a store built around this headlamp. Now on its own, it might not look like too much, but once you put it into the context of what it actually solves, that's where the value really comes through for the customer. Look, people are not just buying this headlamp just because. They're buying convenience, hands-free visibility, safety, all things that represent a real solution. Now, once you identify the problem and you know that your product solves a real solution, the next step of validation is ensuring that the website is getting real traffic. And by far, one of the easiest ways to validate that for 100% free is by using a Google Chrome extension called SimilarWeb. This extension shows you exactly how much traffic a site's getting, where it's coming from, what channels they're advertising on, and so much more. Basically, it's just giving you a full rundown of their marketing mix and how well they're currently performing. So let's head back to the same website we were on earlier and let's take a look at the numbers. So right here, you can see that the site is pulling around 2.5 thousand monthly visitors. Back in June, it even hit 3.7K, so there was definitely some traction. We also get their bounce rate, which tells us how many people are visiting their website, then immediately leaving. That gives us a solid read on whether their site is actually keeping people interested. You've also got pages per visit. That's how many pages that customers are checking out on average before they bounce out of your website. And you even have your average visit duration, which is showing you how long people are sticking on your website. And just think about it, the longer they're staying on their website, the better their website is performing. So when it comes down for you to be able to figure out who your real competitors are that you want to base yourself off of, go after the people who are actually doing the best based off of the data. Now let's scroll down and you're going to see keyword data, rankings, and the countries that are driving the most traffic, and where the traffic is actually coming from, which let me just say is super useful because now you know how to tailor your approach depending on where that heat is coming from. And look, if you don't already have SimilarWeb, here's how to set it up real quick. So first thing you want to do is head over here to the Chrome Web Store. Type in SimilarWeb and then look for the one that says website traffic. All right, so once you go ahead and do that, just go ahead and click install. And then once it's downloaded, just go ahead and pin it in your browser so it's easy to find. And now when you're on the site you want to analyze, all you have to do is just click that icon and then it's just going to activate automatically. All right, now let's take a look at the numbers on a site that isn't solution-based, just so you can see how big of a difference it really makes. So here we got a store that's focused more on the product and the brand itself, not really showing what it solves. So let's go ahead and open up SimilarWeb and see what's going on. And like I thought, right away, you can see that there's nowhere near as many visitors as we just saw on the last site. The bounce rate actually isn't terrible, and pages per visit is decent, but that's mostly just because the traffic overall is low. These numbers are just not hitting like the last one, because it all comes down to the product presentation. And if we look at the products here, I mean, it's all just pictures of the item by itself. No real context, no usage, no purpose. Now that you saw this website, let's head back over to the first site that we were checking out. And right away, you can see what it's used for and why someone would want it. You've got multiple high quality photos showing the product in action. And look, it might seem small, but those details, it can actually be the difference between a store that converts and one that completely flops. All right, let me leave you with this. When I was first starting out, I thought I cracked the secret recipe of success. I mean, I had a product going viral, orders flying in, and in my head, I was making over $100,000 in a week. So I was set, but my supplier wasn't ready and they just couldn't keep up. So orders ended up not going out, chargebacks came in, and just like that, I completely lost it all. That's why fulfillment matters, because having a winning product means nothing if you cannot deliver. And that's exactly the kind of thing that most beginners don't know how to spot until it's too late. You see, this is exactly why I built my one-on-one mentorship, because it's not just about finding a winning product. It's about knowing how to actually run the business behind it. From picking the right suppliers to structuring your backend, scaling your ads, handling customer service, we cover it all here at Supreme Ecom. Even private supplier options that are only available to our students. So if you're serious about turning this business into something real, there's only 10 spots available right now for someone looking to do more than just finding a winning product. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and click the first link in my description to apply, and I'll be directly reaching out to you. All right, so at this point, we've now officially covered AutoDS for product research and streamlining your workload, Google Trends for spotting what's winning in real time, and SimilarWeb for traffic insights and validation. And I'm telling you, if you lock in those three, you're not just guessing anymore. You're moving with strategy. And now, if you want to see exactly what kind of products that we found using this method, you remember those 10 winning products I was talking about earlier, then check out this video right here, where I'm gonna break down the top 10 winning products for August that can make you 5, 6, and even 7 figures online. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you in that video. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.